Hello everybody, welcome to Abba's Hand. Today I am going to be making a sea monster. I'm not entirely sure how I got the idea, but I thought it would be pretty cool, so that's why I'm doing it. This creature was not exactly inspired by anything, I don't believe, but this is the idea I had. I thought it looked pretty cool. And as you can see, I'm giving it like, not a shell, but like a tough leathery back, you know? I'm just over here adding a bunch of detail because the goal here is to make it look as realistic as humanly possible. And I know that detail isn't the only thing that makes a realistic model, but if it's looking flat, everybody gonna notice. And I ain't got no time to be making any bootleg looking models, so gotta add that detail. I'm also giving this thing some nice neck muscles and carving out the lower jaw a little bit. And I'm also trying to give this thing a bit of a neck frill thing. I thought it looked pretty cool and made it look just a little bit more interesting versus just a plain old neck, you know? Then I removed the lower jaw so that I could work on the upper jaw without having something in the way. I'm lining it out before I add the depth, before I actually fill it out. And I'm also working on the gums where the teeth are gonna go. And I'm sorry if the audio is coming late, like after everything's happening and I'm coming behind explaining, because for some reason my editing software, DaVinci Resolve, just is having trouble keeping up with the footage as I'm doing the voiceover. I do not know why. Now I'm going to fill out the eyes. In the past, I used to kind of like draw in the pupils or add a square, like a flat square to go across and then put a pupil texture on it, kinda. But nowadays, I'm actually doing it properly, making a sphere for the eye. That way it can actually rotate and look just a little bit more natural. Can't forget the lower jaw. Now I'm trying to duplicate the teeth and get them on the other side neatly. Seems as though I was successful, so now I'm moving on to shaping the eyes a bit, making them look a little bit more angry, because, I mean, this guy isn't angry, but, you know, he's a fierce creature. Can't have him over here looking like Barney, you know what I mean? Gotta have some ferocity in them eyes. Now, texturing the model started off as a mess. It was so full of polygons that it took me a while to figure out how to paint it efficiently. At first, I wasn't really able to do it because the UVs were totally jacked up. It looked like a tangled up web. Then I tried using modifiers to decrease the polygons. Definitely didn't work. I played with it a little more, and then I just made it look sad. So after a little while, I gave up on that and decided to do some more sculpting. I used this texture of scrapped metal that I found off of Google to kind of give it a little bit more detail, just a little bit more texture. Like the indents and the scrapes that go across kinda are already done. However, I wanted to just give it a little bit more, you know, texture. And then speaking of which, I started on the scales. Just improving the mouth, the gums in any way I can. And that throat, can't forget to do the throat. I tried making the front neck part look a little bit more different. However, I still added some scales to help blend it in with the rest of the skin. Then just do a little bit of UV unmapping to get it to where I could color it well. And part will be done. And with that finished, I could now actually start on the color, trying to give this thing here a bit of a greenish, bluish color scheme, as you can see. And I also wanted to make the throat look a little different to variate the colors and make it look even more natural and just overall better, in my opinion. Alright, now that that's done, I got me an image off of Google, and I'm gonna try and fit this guy in. I'm adding some of my own water, which didn't work at first, but I eventually got it. And I also wanted this guy to look wet, like he's just coming up out of the water, not just glossy and he looking like he'd been greased. So I decided to take some of his polygons and make him look watery, kinda, you know, so that it's water coming off him from coming out the water. You get the point? Not the water coming off of him doesn't look absolutely perfect, but it's definitely good enough for me. So I'm just gonna finish up doing that, and then the water off of him will be done. Also, I tried adding water splashes to make it look like he's gushing up out of the water, but that didn't really work out. But the picture's just about done now. I would give you a whole render, but I didn't feel like doing all that. But nevertheless, thank you all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit that bell. And even if not, thanks for watching my videos, but I would appreciate it. And after I say whatever, the Bible verse for the day will come. I draw, and if you want me to draw any anime characters or anything cool like that, just let me know in the comments, and I'd be glad to do it. Bye, and have a blessed day.